So what would you say is good hiring criteria for somebody on a creative staff? I mean, obviously what you look for, discipline, people that can hit deadlines.
Well, the thing is, when I talk about creative staff, this doesn't even have to do with, like in our world of design, I think creative staff, this actually applies to other businesses I consult with and stuff like that.
Right.
There's 4 key principles for us. What a lot of times we hire on is based on competence. Do they understand what they're doing? Do they know the basic tools?
Right.
I'd actually venture to say for us, competence is actually kind of a low man on the totem pole.
Really?
If we meet someone that has raw talent, I'd rather hire them and kind of work with them, and rather than if they already have the skills, they think they know everything.
Right.
The second one is going to be character. Character is actually huge to us. If they have integrity, if they can work with a team,
right.
if they can take constructive criticism. I don't really care about people who are going to be like always trying to diffuse blame. I mean, I'm a pretty critical person. I'll always have like, okay, we messed up on that. Let's sharpen the pencil this time on this way. But the third one, which is really key to us, is chemistry.
Team dynamics.
The team dynamics, how they fit in the team. Now, we're not saying we're all homogenous and everyone kind of fits in. I mean, there's some, we kind of joke around, there's some older guys in our group and there's some really young guys and some, all different mix. But do they kind of fit in the family?
Right.
A lot of times, actually, when we hire, we more often hire on the person than we do actually on the position. Dino Rizzo has a saying in his church I just love. It's like, it's not about your title, it's your towel. How do you serve?
Sure.
And really in our organization, since we do, a big chunk of our work is actually, over half our work is with what we consider kingdom-related projects. About a third of our work is going to be non-church based. But it's not about what your job title is. Like, hey, I'm a production designer. All I do is output.
Right.
If we need someone to pitch hit and help over here, doing storyboards, they'll jump up and go over and do storyboards or do filming or do editing or whatever it takes. It's about how you serve, but that chemistry and how they fit, plays into a lot of things. And the fourth thing, especially with any faith-based organization, is calling. Pray about it, and it seems like God is opening the door. Pray on it more, and look for that calling. But for us, I think we've been really blessed. We have a pretty good family here, and I'm
for sure.
I mean, I love the people I work with and get to serve with.
But you guys are doing incredible work. I mean, incredible work, top-notch stuff. Kind of just a side note, how long does it usually take for you to hire somebody? Because to find out their character, their competency, and chemistry, and all of that, how is it like 2 interviews and high fives and now you're in, or is it like everyone meets with the team? How does that work?
It's totally fluid. We actually have a disciplined approach. We have a process, and it's the same thing when we talk about design. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but we design on principle. So we define the principles, and then the design follows based after the principles. The principles are our guiding light. So the same thing organizationally, we have our process that we'll post an opening. We'll do vet through all the applications, and we're really blessed. A lot of guys apply to here. We try and reach out to everybody. Then it goes to a first round of interviews where we'll round up a couple guys, and it goes to second round of interviews where it's pared down to 1 or 2 people. At that level, they're meeting everyone in the organization. Now, with that said, we have that process. We understand the spirit of the process, what the points are for it. But when God moves sometimes, like there was a guy, our art director, I mean, he worked with us on a project. I mean, the guy is like a genius. I mean, I could show you some of his illustrations. He was a storyboard artist, worked on big film project, big theme entertainment stuff, and he was a hired gun. Well, he had worked with us, and then 9 months later, he just called us out of the blue and was like, it was a Friday afternoon. It was like, hey, I'm in between things right now. And I think literally he was like, I'm gonna be applying, he knew one of the directors over at DreamWorks. I'm gonna be going out there, but I prayed about it and I want to come to work for you guys. So it was pretty much a no-brainer. I just made 2 calls with to the directors and said, hey, Johnny Davis is available. What do you think? And by that Monday we had an offer to him. And he didn't. I mean, he had already kind of met and collaborated earlier. One time we were actually working on a project in Vegas, and because of the church, they had a guy who was volunteering at the church who worked for Cirque du Soleil. And the guy just wanted to serve. He actually left his like kind of salaried, nice job with Cirque to come intern with us to work on his church project.
Wow.
And so when he came and interviewed with me, I didn't have to sit there and go, is this a good hire? I'd take him through all these things. It was pretty much a no-brainer. I mean, like, I literally walked out and we were able to, again, I just don't act unilaterally. I talked to the, I think the managing principal, and we just kind of made it happen. Yeah, I would say over half the people that are with us actually have come through our internship program.
Okay.
I mean, we have 34 people on staff now. About half of them have been with us for like 5 years or more.
Nice.
I mean, our first full-time intern is still with us today. It's we have a pretty good longevity with people, and it's about investing in people, investing in their families.
Sure.
We are a family. We try to be.
It's incredible. It seems like when you put so much into who you hire, that you're going to have that longevity. You're not going to have a quick turnover and whatnot.
Yeah, and being a creative environment that has the bent towards faith stuff, I think we are kind of in a unique position a little bit, but we never try and take that for granted. I mean, I definitely thank you for the compliment on calling our work top notch. I think we're probably pretty critical on ourselves.
Sure.
In the secular world in which we run in, we strive to be, that's our benchmark, and we always want to push there. And I think it's hard because it's hard for us to see the forest from the trees sometimes.
Yeah.
But we definitely don't consider ourselves like, we consider ourselves striving for that level, but we still have not gotten there.